Started at like 8:05. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Friday.
Friday, finally.
And
Felt
I'm
like
Ed
Friday
Parcaut,
all week.
And this
And
is
I'm
Mike Kelly.
You can get me anywhere. You can get Ed's book at getedsbook.com.
That's correct.
And you know what national day it is today?
No, but
it's 3 different days today.
we actually missed one day this week, too.
What day was that?
The Vietnam Day.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was like Wednesday.
That's not right of us.
Yeah.
We're supposed to.
I don't look at calendars anymore. Right? Do you? I
looked it up.
Oh,
so I wasn't really looking at the calendar.
I usually have a desk blotter. For years you look down there. Oh, it's a Vietnam
Memorial Day or whatever.
Yeah.
So March 31st is National Tater Day.
So go have some taters.
It's National Crayon Day. So while you're having your taters, go
Eat
ahead
some crayons.
Draw. And it's National Day of Podcasts. So while you're having your taters and you're drawing, listen to a podcast. Hey, maybe listen to one of ours.
Yeah, Real Estate Jerky. You can go get it anywhere you find your favorite podcast app.
iHeartMedia.
We're even on Audible. We're on Audible too. I don't know if you know that.
Audible.
Yep.
I want to be on Edible.
You can be on that all you want.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. I was getting a coffee cup and I came across a New York one, so I threw it away.
Because of their idiots. That's DA.
Let's move on because it's all political. It's all a smokescreen to get everybody pissed off so they get all do something stupid.
I have a feeling, I'm just going to say this one thing. I have a feeling it's going to blow up in their face.
I don't.
Yeah, I do.
I hope so, but I don't. I just think this is ridiculous. I don't want to lose anybody right now, but this is all I'm going to say. A political side, whatever you want to call it, the way they've done the FBI, the way they've done, they go after parents at schools and how they've gone after these other things. And this whole thing is just ridiculous. We need to stop it. We need to come together and say this is enough is enough.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. The government is, I don't care who's in charge, but when you send the IRS to somebody's house while they're in front of Congress, that's a problem.
Yep.
Move on.
Look at all these banners over here. Oh my God.
So what's going on in the market? Well, the most important thing today is PCE came out, which is the personal consumption expenditures, which is the Fed's favorite index. All right.
Look at thing.
Yeah. So, and actually this morning came out, it came in lower. Mortgage bonds was going good, and then now we're down a little bit, like I always say. So we're only down 2 basis points, but we were down more. So the PCE came out and said that inflation rose 0.3% or 0.3%, or whatever that is.
Yeah, 0.3.
It was lower than expected. Year over year went from 5.3%. That's why I'm saying it's 0.3%, not to 5%, which is 1/10 better. So rally the troops.
We're doing things. We're out there doing the work.
So it's because they were expecting it to come in at like 5.1. Right. So it came in better than it expected. I'm tired of them setting these statements. Well, they just say it should come in at 7 and they came in at 5, and we'd all be running home going,
hallelujah. Yeah. This is nice.
Core rate excludes food, energy prices, and the Fed's main rose 0.3% last month, but decreased from 4.7% to 4.6% in a year over year, another 1/10. But it's going in the right direction. That's all we care about.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And the biggest issues when you look at that, services, housing, healthcare costs increased. Shocking. The cost of healthcare went up.
Really?
Yeah. And housing went up. Really?
Wow. What?
Services went up because you got to pay all these people to come do these services. And what are you going to do? Anyway, so move on. Shelter costs continues to rise.
Well, let's back up a second. What is accommodations decreased? What are they calling an accommodation?
I would have to say probably hotels and everything else like that. Yeah. Part of the service part of it. Right. But if you look at the shelter costs, which is rents and mortgages, those costs in houses have been going up still.
Yep.
We know this. Next week, we have some reports coming out. ISM, that's the Servicing Managers Manufacturing Index. JOLT, which is a job thing, mortgage apps, ADP employment report. So it's all about jobs next week. All about jobs.
All about jobs.
Yeah. BLS,
I hope we get jolted.
BLS is the Bureau of Labor Statistics, if you don't know what that is. Mortgage bonds are hitting up against their 100-day and 50-day averages. So if they break through that, which would be good for us, meaning that they can actually go lower on rates.
Okay. I would like that.
Yeah. The 10 years is that it's 200-day moving average. We need to break through that. So it depends on where everything lands today at the end of the day. So we recommend carefully floating at the beginning of the day.
based on this analysis.
Yeah, that's right. So basically what we are saying is talk to your mortgage person, run through the numbers. When are you closing? What makes more sense? Don't try to save $20 and then lose $20 on a payment.
Yeah.
If you're happy with your payment, move on. Since I've talked to one of our people that we're working with, they've improved, in the cost about it was about $1,200 cost. Now it's about a $400 cost. So about $800 over the last couple of weeks.
That's
nothing major, but it's still moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right. But we got worse and now we've gotten better. And the people don't understand that you'll get worse and then we'll get better. And then we'll get worse and then we'll get better.
And then we'll get worse.
It's like a stair step coming down. You know what I mean? It's not going to come straight down.
Kind of reminds me of a Gene Kelly dance.
Oh my, you would watch one of those.
I think I just made you throw up in your mouth a little bit.
Yeah. Oh well, not that bad. It's just not I was not into the sound of music. So
yeah, neither was he. That was Singing in the Rain or something like that.
I'm just saying any of those type of movies.
Yeah, he went up the light post, down the light post, up the light post, down the light post.
Yeah. That's just not my dealio.
My dad was in musical theater in high school, and so he loved to watch those damn movies.
So, there you go.
And I would catch him every now and then.
Yeah.
I preferred Frankenstein.
Yeah, I was more action movie.
So anyway,
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Your hump. What hump?
Yeah. What was his name? AB Normal.
Abby something.
AB Normal.
Yeah. Normal, I think.
That's a nice set of knockers.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, doctor.
That was a knock on the door.
Okay, here we go.
Knocker on the door.
Here we go. Would you like to roll in the hay? Roll, 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 roll.
Okay, move on.
And then Madeline Kahn, when she marries Frankenstein, they're in their wedding room, and he drops his drawers, and she goes, woof.
All right, let's move on. It's getting pretty bad. All right, what's going on in real estate? Anything?
Real estate, same thing, different day. Lack of inventory. Imagine that. We've been talking about this for months and years. Lack of inventory. A few new listings coming on the market this week, but nothing to really write home to mom about. It's status quo. You just, you're lucky to. We're talking yesterday on a CAR Zoom. And last year's or this year's immediate past president, he said, California is used to at least 450,000 closed transactions per year. Last year we finished at 257,000.
Right, and that's because
closed
of existing home sales.
Because of inventory. Yeah. Period. So, and then you think about how many realtors are out there.
I know.
There's at least more than 250. So there's a lot of people not working.
Yeah.
So we're figuring we're going to see a decrease in membership in a couple of years.
Yeah. Because when they don't redo their license kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if, we've been hearing a lot, and we talked about this earlier this week, but existing home prices fall year over year for the first time since 2012. Right. Have you heard that? You remember that?
Yes.
So they're talking about the median price.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've been talking about that. So I was explaining to somebody else, it's like a floating line that goes up or down, right? The median price means, so if you sell more houses in the higher end range, it goes up. If you sell more houses in the lower end range, it's go down.
Right.
It's just a rising. It's like
still the middle.
Yeah. So it's whatever is the not average, but where the middle the numbers are for the houses that have sold is what the median is. That just means I can't afford a $500,000 house today because of where the rate is.
Yeah.
So I'm going with a 475 or 450.
Right.
Or I'm going with a 425 and then offer
end
over
up at
and then at 450.
Yeah.
And that's what median means. It does not mean my house that was worth 500,000 is now worth 450. That's not what that means.
Yeah, and and shame on the media for kind of pushing it around that way, because most people don't get what median is, and I'm glad you explain it, or we explain it 3 times a week. And
if you follow my floating line up and down with my hand, that's what it does. It rises and falls with what's sold,
right?
Not what values are, and people don't understand that,
right? And values, instead of 60% in 2 years, you're going to probably a 60 cent per increase. 60% increase.
60 cents. God, I hope I'm making more than 60
cents. I just made 60 cents on my house. I think I'm going to sell it.
How late were you drinking last night?
Oh, way late. It was water. You're not losing value. Your house isn't worth less.
No,
just because the median is different.
I just think a lot of people have had some rentals or certain things are like, I'm done. I want to sell out. And that's what the lower end stuff that's coming.
I agree.
Everybody I've spoken to that are doing investment properties, buying them, they're still picking them up all over the country. Not necessarily in California because they don't like our rent control. What they don't understand is the rent control actually helps the landlord now, because you have to increase the payment 8 to 10% a year without anything. I don't care how great of a renter you are. I have to, because of the state of California. If you don't like it, blame the governor, which nobody does.
Right.
But and then there's 10 cities where new home construction is booming. We were going to talk about this earlier this week, but we never did.
Yeah, what are those?
So that's Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is number 1.
Okay.
Ocala, Florida. Ocala. I have no idea how to say that one.
It's Ocala.
Ocala. Okay. Salisbury, Maine.
Okay.
What's MD?
Maryland.
Maryland. So that's it. So Salisbury, Maryland.
That sounds
Lafayette. Where's that? AR.
Louisiana.
Arkansas. Austin, Texas, which is shocking that they're building in Austin, Texas, when they have all these homes that they're trying to get rid of,
right?
Because of the Airbnb. But maybe they're looking out 5 years or 10, 2 years from now, they're going to see that all those homes are back on the market and they were picked up by people who are actually living there versus renting them.
Right.
Raleigh, North Carolina is number 6. Boise, Idaho, which is people are still moving there because the values went down.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Provo, Utah. Nashville, Tennessee, and you can be down there and be with all the people singing.
Yep, go to Nashville.
Gulfport, Mississippi, right?
MS. Yeah. It's a disease and a state.
Yeah. So the problem I would have with all these places, except maybe Utah and Idaho,
would be the bugs.
The bugs,
the big old baby taking bugs.
And Utah gets a little bit of snow, but Nashville, Tennessee, and I think gets a little humidity. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mississippi does.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
And Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
So that's where people are building. You see that nowhere it says California.
Yeah.
And
probably.
I was telling somebody
50th.
this. Yeah. No, that's Washington State.
Yeah.
We found out. I was talking to somebody from Illinois, which I used to irritate somebody I knew that was from Illinois by going Illinois, because I hate when you add the extra S. And he was talking, I was saying how we're back to over asking and multiple offer situation. He goes, well, in my town where we're Rivian, that's that electric truck manufacturing. He goes, we are, because of that manufacturing site, because but outside of Illinois is not the rest of the state. And I'm like, that's kind of where it is with Washington State around certain bases. It's crazy. The further you get away from those bases and stuff, it slows down. Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't have the influx of employed people.
Out and in, almost 8,000 people.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. Coming and going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the one that Blake's looking at, it was being sold by 2 deployed military people.
Oh yeah.
They're married and they're both deployed.
So they're like, we don't need this house right now.
Right. And so there was a lot of stuff. They're like so it was in contract in October. And this is something you guys people you need to figure out. But they wanted them to fix all these cosmetic things. It's like, okay, well, it's normal wear and tear.
Yeah.
You want a perfect home, go get a flipped home. But then you're going to pay.
And it's not perfect.
Yeah, it's not. But this is like, okay, Blake's like, the trim on this one door is different color than the other. Because they did a different time. The paint doesn't match perfectly. Not a big deal. It's got Formica countertops. Not a big deal. It has a little break on this one.
That's what you get to change later on
exactly.
when you own it and make it yours.
Right. And he's like, I don't care. Plus, he's getting in for nothing.
Right.
$1,500 is all his earnest money deposit, wasn't he? Probably going to get it all back.
Yeah, because he's a vet.
That's right.
That's so cool. Thank you for his service.
Yep. And that's, now is, he gets, what's weird about in the military, when you are in, they pay you so much per month to live off base, right?
Right.
So as an example, I'm just throwing numbers out. So if you say that your house payment's $2,700, they're giving you 22. So really it's only costing you $700.
Yeah.
Out of
or
your
500 out of your normal pay.
What did I say? Yeah. I can't add to that.
You didn't, the math was not one with the maths today. All right. Well, I got to go because I've got a 9:00 Zoom that I have to be at because I'm in charge of it.
All right. Well, you go then.
I'm going.
All right. Everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks
Have
for
a
watching.
great weekend. Listen to us this weekend. We talk about all things real estate and loans and lending and the new KFIV we talk about a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Right.
Right.
That's what.
So, and by the way, they can't lock today because it's Cesar Chavez Day, and KFIV is closed today.
Oh, why wasn't that on my little Google search? I'm going to have to do DuckDuckGo from now on.
Yeah, well, someone says that's the boxer, right? No. No. They definitely weren't from California.
That's the boxer.
All right, everybody, make it great. Have a great